optical tools of the most extraordinary sophistication. Optical tools which could allow navigators to travel on earth and sea, which could allow artists to make the most amazingly realistic pictures, which could allow us to see the almost infinitely distant and the unimaginably small. These tools have had really surprising effects. They've taken us deep into the heavens and revealed the very origin of the universe. But as light taught us more about God's creation, it's forced us to face new and dangerous questions. It's even made us ask whether God himself actually exists. The journey to a new understanding of light begins here in the Baltic Sea around northern Europe in the 1500s. And it begins not with scholars or scientists, but with traders and navigators. In the 16th century, these waters were some of the very busiest trade routes in the world. Navigators' horizons had expanded enormously to China and the Indies and South America. The trade goods that flowed through the Baltic were amber and skins, wheat and timber. And for all that trade to flow, what was required was confident, expert navigation. And the expertise of navigators relied on their understanding of light. Baltic navigators built the best tools yet to gaze at the stars. And on this island, in their midst, lived an astrologer called Tycho Brahe. He used scaled-up versions of navigators' tools to conduct an extraordinarily systematic study of the stars. But Tycho was no ethereal scholar. He was tough and argumentative. Tycho was a street-fighting man. When he was a student, he kept on ending up in brawls. One brawl was almost fatal. The fight began when someone dared to challenge Tycho's astrological predictions. In the ensuing duel, the bridge of his nose was sliced off. Tycho was not abashed. What he did was to commission a metal replacement. It was made of copper, if it was like everyday use, and then gold for ceremonial occasions. Tycho's nose was a scar he was proud to wear. It was a sign that he wouldn't suffer fools. There is this metal badge of his noble pugnacity. Here on Ven, Tycho wanted to make a better map of the heavens. A map that would let him predict exactly the future of humans living on Earth. Tycho took astrology very seriously. He reckoned it was the light streaming down from the stars and the planets which allowed the heavens to control what happens here on Earth. So Tycho made predictions of the weather, of the life and death of kings. He flattered the King of Denmark, Frederick II, with these predictions, and in return, the king gave him the entire island of Ven, on which to build an observatory where Tycho could study the stars. Tycho's observatory was state-of-the-art. He filled it with exquisitely engineered quadrants and clocks, and used them to make the most accurate star charts to date. Now, all that's left are Tycho's most surprising observational tools, the flower beds of his garden. And the best way to see them is from above. Tycho plotted it out to represent the signs of the zodiac and help him map the positions of the stars. It's just extraordinarily moving to be here, floating above Tycho's observatory, looking down from the heavens with which he was obsessed. The layout of the observatory is perfectly symmetrical. So there are two long axes, one running exactly north and south, the other exactly east and west, with the big observatory building in the center, with large walls surrounding it, and in between a garden, a herb garden, an astrological garden, in which each medicinal herb was planted towards the point of the astrological zodiac, which controlled the power of that herb, hyssop and balsam, roses and chrysanthemums, the whole thing reflecting the astronomical order that was going to be revealed from this extraordinarily beautiful astronomical observatory. And then, while out observing on the 13th of November 1577, Tycho saw something that would completely change the model of the universe. There appeared in the skies above his head a comet moving across the sky. Tycho was transfixed by the sight. Night after night, he tracked the comet with the relentlessness of a hunter, taking meticulous measurements. Tycho didn't know it yet, but this was dangerous data, data that challenged the very nature of the universe created by God.